Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? I hope everyone's doing well today. I hope everyone's having a good week this week. It is Friday night. We have a couple days to week 6 of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. I have a lot to discuss today. I know last stream I was like falling asleep, so I'm good today, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm good today. I was like falling asleep the last time I was on here. But before we do start anything up, this stream is sponsored by BetUS, and this is a word from our sponsors at BetUS. This video is sponsored by BetUS. It has been a rough road for the Philadelphia Eagles this season for all Eagle fans. Will the Eagles rise to the occasion or continue to play down to the competition? If I'm going all in, giving it my all for a Super Bowl, I'm going to bet $500 and get $7,000 back at the end of the year, and we still stay true to the team that we believe in. But will the problems continue? We will find out. Make sure to check out BetUS. Get a 150% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 with promotion code YouTube150. I want to thank BetUS for sponsoring this live stream or video, and let's get back to the content. All right, so the big issue I'm having right now, and I swear to God, is like I have been getting these fucking really disgusting between DMs on X. The comments I'm getting on YouTube are just fucking insane, dude. Like it's I don't think people have their eyes all the way fucking open when it comes to this team, okay? You know, Jalen Hurts gets to a press conference the other day, and look, like it could mean one of 3, 4 different things. We can't see you. What? What do you mean, can't see me? Are we good? Are we good? No, people are fucking around. All right, never mind. You know, I don't know. Jalen Hurts' press conference the other day, exploiting the fact that they're, Hurts and Sirianni are really still really trying to fix whatever they're trying to fix together. There's just so much going on. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know where to really start with this, but man, like the Eagle fan base is getting softer as baby shit by the fucking week beyond. I don't get like what you guys expect me. And I'm not even saying you guys. I'm not even really saying you guys. I'm really saying like just in general with some of the fan base in general. Like I don't know what they expect. I don't know what these people expect me to do every week. Like I'm so negative about the team every week, but at the same time, it's like it's not even like 75 to 80% of this team is playing great right now. Like every week, I feel like we're dealing with either the same shit or it's always something different, but it's always the same tactic of where we're looking at the game. I don't know. But when it comes to Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, the relationship, like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, why is it revealed? And I understand, like, he felt like he had to say it, I guess. Like, what did you do during the bye? This has been one of the most productive bye weeks. I got away from the building. But, me and Nick been trying to, not really saying it like that, but trying to work things out. You know what I mean? And it's still a big question for me to say, where is this going to go? Like, why? Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it was kind of forced, I guess, to get on the good side of the media. So it makes everyone think that there's nothing going on. I'm not really sure. But I just don't get it. I don't get it. But I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. We got DB, we got MJ, we got Philly Flower. What's going on? It says DB, as long as Jalen keeps being a bum and Sirianni's still here, I agree. Season's over. What's going on, Dre Diesel? What's going on, man? Dawson, if Jalen throws a pick in this game, I'm done with his ass. Brian Donahue is not sure what we're going to see on Sunday. I honestly don't know. This is what the injuries look like for the Browns on Sunday, okay? Like, they got a lot of injuries going into this game. The most pressured quarterback, one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league, Okay, you're hoping this defense really turns around and actually does something this week because you got Cooper DeJean coming into the secondary, which is great. It's what we wanted, right? We've been waiting for this shit for I don't know how many weeks. Okay, but here's the injury report for the Browns. Okay, Nick Chubb out. Running back Nick Chubb out. Safety Grant Delpit out. Safety Ronnie Hickman out. Running back Nyheim Hines out. Tackle James Hudson III out. Center Ethan Pokic are all out. All those guys are out. And the Eagles are 100 active roster wise. The Eagles are 100% healthy right now. 100% healthy. So not only are they missing 1, 2 safeties, 2 running backs, a center. They're better. You know, I don't even know what to expect out of this game. Like, am I going to be happy, like, if they win by 3 points, 5 points, 10 points? Does 10 points, does 10 plus points, you should be up, what, 2, 3 touchdowns in this game? It doesn't really make me, really the last few games, a few games, to be honest with you, with the Browns, Deshaun Watson's been sacked, what, like 6 to 8 times every fucking game, pretty much. Nick Choll says, only way to save the season is to fire Sirianni before Browns game. Howie and Jeff are obviously insane to keep letting Sirianni do the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Like, what? Yeah, dude, Nick, I am like, you're so in my corner right now, and I love you for this comment because, yes, everybody is bitching, complaining about me every week, saying that, oh, we all know you want to get Sirianni fired. We all know. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't think he has this roster anymore. Like, everyone thinks he does. Like, I don't think there's players that are still on board with what the Eagles are doing right now. Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, if this is going on with Nick in this offense every week, if Nick is still involved in this offense, which we know he is, like, it's even worse that they're even letting this happen, continuing still. I mean, we talk about this every fucking week. I mean, you're facing one of the worst offenses, one of the worst football teams this Sunday. And really, the next 4 games are pretty damn beatable, but the way our team is, they can lose all 4 of these games. They can. You got the Browns. You got the Giants. You have what? The Bengals. You have the Cowboys. I mean, they're beatable games, but, you know, being good, looking good on paper every fucking offseason is just not going to work anymore. So it gets really annoying. What's going on, Adam? Appreciate the first super chat of the night. Says, hey, Joey, never asked, how did you become a Birds fan? Oh, yeah. I mean, I made a bet. I think this was what, like 7th grade? I made a bet. It was against my friends. It was against the Jets because obviously I live in New York all my life. And I really didn't watch back in middle school. I played football, but I didn't really watch it like I do now. It really just came off of a bet, and then I think what happened was the Eagles played the Jets one week, and then I think the next week they played I think the Giants or something like that, and I just kept watching them, and then I just got really into them. I don't know, just I don't know. I just got it. I just randomly. Like, I think I didn't want to root for a New York team, and I want to root for another team. And the one team I want to root for was pretty much the Philadelphia Eagles, and they just came straight to my heart. And that's pretty much how it went. The Big Lebowski, what's going on, man? Appreciate the super chat so much. This Nick needs to go. More should be named interim. Yeah, I you know what? I don't even know if this guy lasts 2 weeks. I've said this a million times. Okay, I've said this a million times. You're going into a game this week. Okay, I think there's a lot on the line. I said before the season started, if the Eagles go down a stretch and there's issues and they get to like 2-4, it's going to be a problem. But if this is not just a Nick Sirianni problem, this is more of a front office problem that they're going towards the analytics, they're following the analytics, and they're letting this coach do whatever he wants. I mean, there's not even a little bit. We haven't seen an offense really. I think the first game is probably the only game against Green Bay where this offense actually looked a lot better than we realized. Okay? We know what we have. You go into a game last week. I understand you don't have your top 2 weapons. You don't have Lane Johnson. I completely get it. But to throw over 30 times and run the ball with Saquon Barkley 10 fucking times, 4 verts, no mesh concepts, no hot routes, no crossers, no nothing. It's just there's no common sense. Second, third down, second, third and short, you're still passing the football. Like, I don't know why they don't make the thing simple for this quarterback on top of this quarterback playing god fucking awful right now. So, in my opinion, I agree with Brian on this, the front office has a lot to do with this. Every single week, like, I swear to God, dude, it's like every Eagle fan expects me to be the most positive, chill, kiss ass fucking fan that I should be every week. What is there to be positive? And look, if I didn't give a shit, I wouldn't be bitching about it. Like, at least if I am bitching about it, I care about it. So if I really didn't care, I would just be like, whatever. Because I care. Because I know this team. I know this. I understand the roster we have offensively. I don't like the defensive scheme, but my God, they did nothing last week. The underneath throws and the amount of time, the short time that fucking Baker Mayfield had to throw, 2.2 seconds. You throw it, you dump it off to a running back. He's got 7 to 9 yards unscathed, untouched. You know what I mean? If this is a front office issue, we are in a really bad situation. Because just say if they do fire Nick, just say if they actually do fire Nick Sirianni, we'll know automatically what they do. Okay? If they hire some young coach, some young assistant that has no reputation, brand new to being a head coach, or anything stupid like that, then yeah, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be a total issue. If they hire Kellen Moore as the interim head coach and he hires, like, I don't know, somebody else that we never even heard of to be besides him, then I really don't know then. I really don't know. Appreciate the super bid so much. We got Super Chairman Adams says, my worry is we win by like 20 and people put blinders on again, myself included. I had a terrible take about Sirianni, just hoping we get back on track. I like Jalen. Just want him to beat the average stuff. No, I get it. I get it. But you know what? Unfortunately, this isn't a gunslinging QB. This is the QB that needs a safety blanket. He needs a support system. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't have the best awareness in the fucking pocket. I've seen the guy play well, but the way they're treating him right now, the way this whole thing is going, if whatever the coach does to the quarterback is going to fail. The quarterback fails, everyone else fails. It's a domino effect that's just going to affect the rest of the team regardless. But I'm not comfortable with the situation at all. It's bullshit. So if the Eagles win by 10 plus points significantly, if I'm going to be, what do they have to do to really show me, like, damn, they're really coming back? Like, this is a really good test for them. And yeah, when I'm saying a good test for the Eagles is literally one of the worst teams in football they have to fucking beat. It's a bad team. It's a really, even with Deshaun Watson against the Cowboys earlier in the year, like, I think he only had, like, he was 0 for 10, 0 for 12 or 0 for 10 on, like, passes over 15 yards completed. I mean, that's how much of a fucking issue that is right now. Really. Appreciate the super, by the way. Formerly known as JoJo FC says ownership philosophies are the problem. Yeah. I mean, I don't see Nick Sirianni. Sorry, I don't see Howie Roseman giving up any power and drafting, and it's never going to happen. He will never allow a coach to have 100% control of shit. But I don't even know where this is going to go. What is going to satisfy me, them beating the Cleveland Browns? Like, winning by 3 touchdowns? Yeah, I'll be very happy. It doesn't mean, like, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, they're back if they beat the Browns. Regardless, I think the next 4 weeks are really going to show us where they're at as a team. If they lose like 3 out of 4, they're done. If they win all 4 of their games, then there's something there. But the play calling obviously has to be. I have to know where that's going forward. We got Adam with a super chat. Thank you so much. I'd like to see a complete game up and down for. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not expecting like both sides to play perfect. You're never going to play perfect. Okay. What I want to see is like short passing game, get those yak yards, run some screens, run some, slants, use middle of the field, stop at the 4 fucking verts, stop trying to be cute with Jalen Hurts on QB draws and getting him say, just you're like check the fucking ball down once. Check it down once. He checked it one time last week against Tampa, 2 weeks against Tampa. He checked it down. He checked the ball down one fucking time to Saquon Barkley, and he got a first down. He fought through a fucking tackle. He got free. He got another 5-6 yards, and he went down. Saquon Barkley is the reason why our season is still alive right now. He is the main reason why our season is still alive. You think going off this bye week, you actually think that I would say that this is going to be fixed after this bye week? No. It's not. It's not fixed. It's not fixed at all. I can't believe that. I hope I'm proved wrong, but we'll see. Phil Flowers, if it's not a blowout, it just confirms that the season's over. I mean, look, like it just depends what you define as a blowout. So I'm firing Nick if the Eagles lose the coin toss. Chris says, why do I get the feeling Watson will go 6 for 6 for 65 yards and a touchdown his first drive? I don't know. Clark says, I still want Nick Sirianni fired. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like I said, dude, beating the Browns is not going to change anything for me. Like, if they get the win, great. Keep the season alive. But there's more tests down this road. You got the Giants that are fighting. I thought the Giants actually played really well last week. I thought Wan'Dale Robinson had a couple drops. Like, they didn't have Neighbors. They didn't have their starting running back. And Devin Singletary, they fought Seattle. They fought them really good. They bullied Seattle pretty good. I thought Daniel Jones had a really good fucking game, to be honest with you. Besides the fumble he had, I thought he actually played really well. But I'm watching all these offenses last Sunday, and I'm like, man, dude, I feel like every team just knows how to run a fucking playbook besides us. It's insane. Because it's crazy that we have been talking about Nick in this front office since mid of last year. So I know this has been the constant problem. I figured when Howie Roseman gave Nick the ultimatum, like, look, we're gonna let you go, but you want to stay as the head coach. You got to fire both your coordinators. So that's what he did. He fired Matt Patricia. They got rid of fucking Sean Desai, and obviously, that was it. You know what I mean? They got rid of Brian Johnson. It is what it is. But man, why did they allow him to still be involved in fucking? I mean, this is why Nick came to the Eagles. Nick became the head coach to be a game planner for the Eagles. That guy didn't even last a half a fucking season in 21. Gave the play calling over, and we were riding high. Might have made it to a wild card game. We lost that game, went to 22, and man, what a fucking season they had. Just couldn't win the last game of the year, which was the Super Bowl. Nothing has been the same since Shane Steichen left the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's just the truth. It's crazy, dude, that the owner and this fucking GM have allowed this. Still allowing this to happen. Still, you're coming off a bye week now, getting your weapons back, getting your right tackle back, getting Cooper DeJean into the lineup now. Sidney Brown is on the 21-day practice window, so Sidney Brown's not officially on the roster yet. The practice window, it doesn't mean that he's on the roster. Probably won't even be activated for another couple weeks. Is it weird for me to say that I have more faith in the defense to make adjustments than this? I mean, it's weird. The offense has more weapons, looks way better on paper. And I feel like the defense, I feel better about the defense going forward than really the offense. Because at least with Fangio, I've seen him make adjustments, but man, I didn't like what they did last game. It felt like not even just physically they weren't prepared for the game, but mentally they just looked like they weren't even fucking in it at all. 0 turnovers is what I want to see. I agree. Kyle says, Joey, I got us winning anywhere from 7 to 9 games because our defense is so bad. Yeah, like, look, like, I don't know what the defense is going to look like in 5 weeks. Like, after these 4 games, like, we're really going to see, like, where this team is going. Like, whether Nick's here or not, we're going to find out. Because if Nick is here until, like, week 14 of the season, like, if Nick is even here past the 4 weeks that we have, and they lose, like, 3 out of 4 fucking games, this front, we're done for, bro. I mean, we're done for. It's over. It's gonna be fucking over. Way over. We got Adam with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He said, if the Eagles won in 2022, would you still consider firing Nick, knowing that the season after would turn out how they have so far? If the Eagles won in 22, if they won the Super Bowl in 22, you don't get rid of Shane Steichen. Like, you have to, I don't know. That would have been a really, at the time, probably would have been a hard decision. But I don't know what would have happened. I mean, I think Shane leaving was one of the biggest mistakes. They can't stop him from getting a head coaching job because it's an upgraded position. So if Shane was going after another OC job, they could have stopped it. But because he was going after a head coaching job, that was pretty much it. So, you demote Sirianni to, like, assistant head coach. I don't know what you do. I honestly don't. But I'm already done. Like, did you hear, like, the unscripted bullshit for this week? The video we're about to see. I don't know if it came out today about being humble. Come on now, dude. He's telling these players in the auditorium, and at the NovaCare, he's telling these players that they need to do this and fight and all this hype up bullshit. And behind him is no show, all talk, nothing else. Maybe he should stop looking at his fucking players and start looking at himself before looking at his players, because these players have to follow what you want them to do every fucking week. You're going to hype these guys up every week, and it's going to turn into, you're going to hype them up every single week, and it's going to turn into nothing. It's going to turn into, literally, you're going to get them excited for a game. You're going to get them pumped up, excited, believe in what they're doing, and then as soon as they hit adversity in a fucking game, that's what it's going to look like every single week. Every single week. Shay Ray said they also need to stop relying on these fucking analytics too. I hate that issue. We can't just play some. No, I mean, there's no common sense, man. There's no common sense. Like, I don't get the usage of our fucking, like, I get the wide receivers. Like, how is Jahan Dotson not even, like, how is he even not looking productive 6-7 weeks into the fucking season? I mean, realistically, let's be real here. How is he not even somewhat productive? The whole wide receiver core couldn't even do anything with anybody else. Paris Campbell was probably the most productive, maybe, but it's not even saying that much. It's not even saying that much. Clark said Hurts gives another year with Kellen Moore. Get Nick out of here, bring in a game manager for head coach. Yeah. But the only issue I'm having right now is, like, if Nick's gone, then we're going to find out, like, who do they hire next to Kellen Moore? That's the whole thing. Chris, our division stinks. Let's play this thing out. I mean, Washington's playing really good right now. They're riding on a high. Their fans have never felt this fucking great in a long time. So they don't even know how to fucking act right now. They haven't really faced any crazy competition yet. I think this week is going to start where they're going to be at. Where they are right now as a team. Is there a big blueprint on fucking Jaden Daniels right now? Not really, into a first rookie year. Once the second year comes, teams will have more of a full blueprint on him. But they really haven't faced anybody that, is showing me that they're a dominant fucking powerhouse this year. I think they have a good leader in Dan Quinn. I think they have really good coaching behind a lot of these players. Their play calling's great, and their defense, they're fucking bullies, man. Everybody knows JoJo C says analytics are a huge problem with this organization. Yeah, I completely agree. James Odell, member for 6 months. Thank you so much, man. It's just wasting the talent. Clean it up. You're wasting the talent. You're wasting the fucking contracts. I mean, you're locking up A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and this is a very delicate situation now because you're really trying to contend for a championship, and you can't even call a fucking playbook right every single week. You know what I mean? Slick says, just saying, even if Nick gets fired this season, wouldn't they make Fangio an interim head coach because since he has experience as a head coach already and not Kellen Moore? I mean, that could happen. It could. I don't know if that would be the best for the team right now. I mean, I mean, it depends if they think they're already going to hire Kellen Moore for next year. If they're going to hire Kellen Moore as the head coach next year, then I would just make Kellen Moore the interim head coach. So, I mean, you're not completely wrong. I mean, they could definitely do that. Clark says, rah, rah, cheerleader, rah, rah. Rio says, I was going to go to this game for my birthday, but imagine losing to the Browns on your birthday. I have faith, though. I can have faith that they should be able to beat them regardless of what the score is, but it's not going to make me change my decision that they're back. The Eagles are back off of one fucking win, whether it's by 10, whether it's by 3, or whether it's by fucking 40. You know what I mean? Big Chris, I'm sticking with 11-6 or 10-7. Mick James says, Mythical James says, hey, Joey, do you think Lurie said it's time for Kellen Moore to handle the offense since him and Sirianni sat down with him? I don't think that's even happened yet. That head coach is ruining this fucking team with everything. So that's where I'm at. James Odell, member for 6 months, says just wasting. Oh, I already read that before. Sorry. Donald said, what up, Joey? My Eagles brother, relax. We're gonna be all right. I'm fine. Like, why does everyone think I'm perfectly fine? It has nothing to do with me. I'm not. I might flip out, but it's not. I'm not. This team does not deserve. Nobody should let this team ruin their fucking week. We're just used to this shit at this point. This is a continuance from last year. We're just used to this whole entire thing. You know what I mean? Brian says, being optimistic, offenses are at 30-year running high. We have a chance if we change, use O-line. Yeah, like I said, make things simple. Short passing game, run with Barkley. Make it make sense when it's second is short, third is short. Make it make sense. At this point, why not use fucking Will Shipley in the passing game? Or, I remember in the Green Bay game, they were using 2 running backs in the backfield. They were doing a lot of different things. I had no issue with it. That I thought the most called Kellen Moore type game we had was that first game. And really, since that game, I've seen almost nothing from this offense that has even been close to Kellen Moore at all. Chris says, sorry about that. The Umbrella Man, what's going on, man? He says, what up, Joey? How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I am doing great. Perfect. Not bad. Chris Scott says, Clark, we need to play 1 good team and 3 decent teams. Wasted talent, wasted culture. Abe says, if we lose, we're the only NFC East team to lose to them. Sounds terrible to say. Well, they're not great. They're not great. We care more of the players. Maddox proved that. Well, Maddox, I don't want that guy ever touching the field again. I mean, he's going to be a backup nickel, a backup inside corner, backup safety. We're going to get Bradbury back in a few weeks. We're going to find out what happens with that situation going forward. How do you guys feel about Devin White getting released? That's a whole nother fucking thing. Remember, I said it, guys. I told you guys. I said, hey, this guy has got to be on the trade block or he's going to get cut or something's going to happen. Now, if you look at the Eagles are healthy going to this game. Now, Nakobe Dean has a fucking ankle injury with a light practice. So you know what it is? It's time for Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I don't think a lot of these players fit this scheme. I really wish they just fire Vic Fangio after this year because I fucking hate it. Bend, don't break. Paper cuts down the fucking road. Let teams get yards, chunk yards on you, and then start playing tight by red zone defense. And it's not how you play football, bro. It's not. That's why it's not. Do you see their practices? Like, they're actually tackling their fucking assistant coaches right now. They're practicing. They're not using the donut for tackling, the donut pillow for tackling. They're actually using a bag. Somebody carrying a bag, and they're actually tackling real people in practice. Like that's how fucking crazy it is right now. James Odell says people need to be held accountable. This team can win. No, I trust me, dude. This offense could go above and beyond. But if you have a quarterback that can only throw to AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert, I mean, look at Dallas Goedert. He had how many receptions? What do you have? 7 receptions. Didn't even seem like it. How many people were involved in this offense last week or 2 weeks ago, I should say. Reese says Sirianni needs to give up any offensive play calling and let Moore cook. He needs to grab his pom-poms and just cheer them on. And to be honest with you, that's really, that's all he can really do. And why this guy has a salary, I don't know. Because I don't know what this guy does. And what he's doing is he's failing this team. I'm preparing myself for as many losses as we could fucking get because that's all I could really look forward to right now. There's really nothing for me right now to say that this. I don't know. Like if they lose against Cleveland, man, it's going to be over a lot sooner than expected. And you're home, which is great, right in front of your own fucking home crowd, just to make it worse. And trust me, I'm not the type of guy. I'm not the fan that's going to say I hope they lose so Nick gets fired. I want them to win. I want them to win the next 4 weeks and turn it around. I'm not that type of fan. I don't do that shit. Regardless, I don't do any of that. Don March said, Joey, I know how you feel about Eagles, brother. We are on the edge with bullshit. This garbage needs to stop, and we need to get back to solid, complete football. Yeah. I don't feel comfortable right now. I don't. Like Nick and fucking Hurts are still talking and trying to work things out. And, if they're losing games still, them talking and trying to get things back on the right track is not going to make things better if they keep losing fucking games. I don't care what the fuck they're talking about. Rusa Jets should hire Robert Saleh as new head coach. Wait, what? Talking about. Greg, exactly. Who are the weapons the Eagles have on defense returning from the bye? I mean, you have Cooper DeJean going into the secondary now, which is good. But that's it. There's no injuries on the active roster besides Nakobe Dean with the ankle injury. Everybody's back. Regarding the active roster, everybody's back. So, AJ Joe, you think Kellen hit his hand during the 3-game stretch without AJ or Hurts? That's that ass. I mean, you think Kellen hit his hand during the 3-game stretch? I don't think Kellen had a lot to do with this offense the last few weeks. Really, I think the first game has been the more Kellen Moore type offense I've seen in a while. Short passing game, middle of the field, passing to, even getting the running backs involved in the passing game. I mean, I think they were fucking great. I thought that offense played pretty well that first game against a pretty good opponent in a really bad place and really bad field conditions. I thought they played pretty damn good, to be honest with you. So Clayton says, what is happening with Reddick? So the news came out from Ian Rappaport yesterday is that Reddick, it seems like this thing is yet far from done. He might sit out the entire year. He does not want to play for the Jets anymore. I think he's done with the Jets. We'll see what happens. I know those rumors came out a few weeks ago that he wouldn't mind coming back to the Eagles, but on top of mandate NFL rules, when you trade a player away from a team, you can't acquire them until 2 years later. So maybe Reddick is just trying to get cut at this point. Probably just trying to get cut. Reddick doesn't care about losing the money. Obviously, he's losing over $800,000 a game, and that goes straight back into the Jets cap space. So realistically, the Jets are winning. Reddick is winning for himself. I don't blame Hassan Reddick at all for what he's doing. You get traded to a team, the pen and paper ain't ready for you to fucking... I've never seen that in my life. You trade for a player that's going to get paid a lot of money, and yet the contract's not signed yet. I don't get that whole situation. DB, what's up, man? Says, I'm here, here because Joey is a good dude. He's passionate about the Eagles as I am the Cowboys. He knows where I'm going. Oh, yeah, of course. You're in here to do your thing. Matt says, man, if the Browns destroy us in Philly, someone's ass better be gone. Jason says, I remember a long time ago we used to want to run the ball and control the clock. Whatever happened to that? Now we don't ever want to try to control the clock. Yeah, because because Nick Sirianni, when it's Nick Sirianni's offense, they never fucking control the clock. Ever. They rather pass it 3 fucking times. How many games so far? They go into the first fucking series and they pass 3 fucking times. 3 times. Still do it. Saquon Barkley, $12 million a year, 10 fucking carries for 80-something yards. Ridiculous. Saquon Barkley should be the top rusher with obviously CNC not even playing for the 49ers at all right now. Okay? And they're having a lot of issues with health and a bunch of other shit. Saquon Barkley should be the number 1 rusher in the league right now. He should be getting a $140 plus every single game. What was the big issue with the Eagles last year in 23? Every time the Eagles had an opportunity to put a team away, they fucking wasted it. Every single time they had that opportunity. Eagles blew it with Reddick, our best edge rusher. Oh, yeah. I mean, we look back at it now, and I think edge rusher, yeah, it's already enough that Jalix... I'm hoping going into this week, Jalix Hunt gets more reps. He had 5 reps against Tampa, and he actually played really good. Why Nolan Smith is done at this point. Nolan Smith was a bad fucking pick. That's just what it is now. We have to look back on it. He looks horrible. That's just what it is. Trading Reddick, horrible move. Bryce Huff signing, and not like I don't get this Bryce Huff signing, dude. Like is it really because he's not in a 4-point stand? I mean, it's not even that you acquire a player and he's playing bad, but you're acquiring a player and you're literally not only putting him out of position, but he's not even like lining up in his usual technique that he usually lines up in. Like with the Jets, he was lining up in a 4-point stance. Now he's in a 2-point stance for the Eagles. No explosiveness, no nothing. Can't even get off a block from a tight end. Can't get any pressures whatsoever. Crazy shit, bro. It's great football. It's fantastic. Chris says both wide receivers out, and Barkley only 10 touches. Disgrace. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like every Eagle fan comes up to me and they say, "Well, they didn't have fucking AJ Brown. They didn't have Devontae Smith. They didn't like." It's like okay, but he still threw over 30 fucking times, and he still and Barkley ran the ball 10 times. Not only that, but you're using Kenneth. What is the infatuation? What is with the obsession with Kenneth Gainwell and 2-minute offense? They put Kenneth Gainwell in 2-minute offense literally the last couple games. End of the second quarter, Gainwell always is the starter. The last minute and a half, 2-minute warning for 2-minute offense. If the Eagles are on offense, they always have Kenneth Gainwell in there. What upgrade is that for you to even do anything on the field? I honestly don't get the whole Kenneth Gainwell takes over 2-minute offense. And then he took over pretty much the second half. All Gainwell. Teams are like, yes, this is so easy. We could stop this easily. Having Saquon Barkley on the field puts another defender in the box. I mean, shit. Your checkdowns are going to be automatic. I mean, last week they wouldn't have been, not too much because you didn't have your top weapon, so they weren't really worried about some of these other fucking wide receivers. There were times where Jahan Dotson was actually open and Hurts just doesn't throw from the fucking pocket. I don't know. Brian says we aren't smart right now. Nate says you're right. Remember how good Nick used to be at the clock ball? Talk about Jalen regressing. Greg says first and goal on the 1 yard line, and Kelmore opts to throw 4 straight passes with Zeke and Toy Pollard on the sideline. That's situational football and KM offense. There was a few passes that made no sense in that game. Even the beginning of the game, they were targeting that right sideline, the same fucking pass over and over. Not even catchable fucking balls, regardless. You know? Bobby, what's going on, man? It says, tired of Nick's bullshit, but still no excuses for Hurts being a turnover machine regardless of play calling. Yeah, of course. He's making really bad decisions from the pocket. Pocket awareness is horrible. Even after ducking a player in the pocket, trying to make somebody miss, and then you still extend your fucking arm to throw it. It's just really bad. Really fucking bad. So not only is your quarterback going to regress, the coaching staff is making your quarterback look even worse than he is right now. I mean, 8 turnovers in fucking 5 games, it's not great. You know, does it help that he has fucking, how many coordinators has he had the last fucking 10 years? What, 8 coordinators the last 10 years? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. This quarterback is never going to ever be comfortable. You got to put Jalen Hurts into a rhythm with the offense. There's got to be some type of rhythm where you have a run play, couple pass play. Like there's got to be some type of. They have to jot down 4 to 5 plays that are going to work. That gets Jalen Hurts into a rhythm. But this team should be a run first offense, and that's just my opinion. I don't believe in passing first. Like I think things have to change dramatically into that, but. I'm sure Huff can learn the position, but with I don't know. I don't know I don't get what you mean. 10 touches, only 4 in the first. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Rara says Hurts doesn't get better pocket presence. Don't matter who calls the plays. If Hurts doesn't get better pocket presence, doesn't matter. No, I know there's things that the coaches can't. The coaches can't. Yeah, but the thing is, though, the only thing that they can control is this, okay? I understand it's Hurts' fault when he's in the pocket and whatever decisions he makes is on him. But if you're passing, that's on the coaches because the defense is not going to get challenged. The defense is not getting challenged. Use what the defense gives you. If the check down is open, fucking throw the check down. Get a free 5 to 8 yards. And with Barkley, you could probably get a first down pretty easily. This way, the defense starts to worry that you're going to throw that check down. You get them nervous. Throwing is not going to get a defense nervous when you're doing the same thing over and over again. It's not. You're not even checking the ball down. You're not running the ball, period. And you're passing over 30 fucking times. Yeah, this is counting college. 10 different so it's 10 coordinators. I thought it was 8 for 10. It's 10 and 8. Yeah, that's even worse. 10 coordinators in 8 years, bro. That man is never going to be comfortable being in any type of fucking scheme. Mark said if Kyle Murray could turn it around, Jalen should break through eventually. It's just when will he? Oh, look at Sam Darnold and the fucking Vikings. That's a perfect example. What has Sam Darnold done in this fucking league? Nothing. J.J. McCarthy gets hurt. Sam Darnold comes in, and look, that shows you how bad the Jets are at fucking developing QBs. That's horrible. That's really bad. That makes them look horrible. Look at Sam Darnold right now with the Vikes. I mean, come on now, 5-0. Come on, there's no excuse. There's no fucking excuse. So for how everything's looking right now, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Nate says Steichen would hit them up with something until they defended it, would switch up based on their reaction. Nick can't even come close. Of course, the Kellen Moore offense is designed to give the QB more information for Jalen pre-snap, but if it's all Nick, then how can Jalen have success? You can't have dual coaching. You can't have dual fucking play callers. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Darnold, Baker, if they could have, yeah, dude, it's look at fucking Baker Mayfield, bro. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing to bitch about. We don't have a Miles Sanders in this offense. We don't have a product running back for this offensive line. We have an actual back this year, and it's already proved. Without Saquon Barkley, we wouldn't have won these other 2 games that we've had. It's the fucking truth. They wouldn't have. I mean, the defense played good against the Saints, but let me tell you, like Barkley, all it takes is at any moment, he gets that home run. He gets that big fucking run. It can happen at any moment. Chris says, Nick and Jalen make each other worse. Clark says, play calling is so key. Situational play calling. Yeah, it really does. I don't know how these guys work behind the scenes. It's Nick's game plan yet again. I don't know. As soon as I heard this offseason really changed for me because it went from Nick was really backing off. Remember Devontae Smith was at a celebrity softball event. Remember he said it's nice that Nick is taking a step back. Things seemed like they were going in the right direction. And then it went to Kellen Moore and Nick are going to be joining their schemes together. And then it said Kellen Moore. And then it said that Sirianni was giving Kellen Moore more control, taking Jalen Hurts under his wing. And then it was back and forth. It's like Sirianni can't help himself. It's like you literally have to fucking handcuff his ass to the fucking locker room before they go out to play because he literally needs to have his hands on anything. But every time he touches something, it turns to shit. It turns to complete fucking shit every time he touches something. So when these fucking Eagle fans will comment on my shit and they're just like, why are you so fucking negative? What is there to be fucking positive about? Have I given up on them? No. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to give up on them because I still want them to make changes and make this shit better. I'll be here regardless if they're fucking horrible. Chris said Eagles lose to the Browns and go ahead and blow your top. Yeah, dude, that's why the fuck am I gonna? If they lose against the Browns, I've been done. After they lost last week, I was done with Nick. I want Nick gone, fired. They just haven't done it yet. Not my decision. But I really am after Howie Roseman at the end of 23, literally the end of 23, Howie Roseman was so gutted by how the season ended last year. He was through my fucking, I forgot quote unquote what he said, but he was so disgusted by that shit last year that you go back to another season, new coordinators yet again, same head coach, and you actually allow this stupid motherfucker to still be involved in this play calling. I don't want to see the team make somewhat good moves. I'm not going to say Howie Roseman's had more bad moves than good moves because he has made some really good moves, good trades, whatever. But man, dude, it's such a fucking waste to go through an offseason, acquire guys, and do things. And then you go into a season and you just don't know situational football at all. And that's what's hurting us entirely. The defense, I get it. It's a difference. It's the same scheme the last few years, but you have a lot of new faces. It's a lot of youth, but they're not. But this scheme, I'm sorry, it's way too soft defensively, and it's we can't have a game where it's hot and cold every fucking game where they literally do nothing against Tampa Bay, and then you wait to get down, you wait to go down 21-0. Okay, you wait to go down 21-0 to actually make fucking. You really didn't do nothing. What'd you do? Oh yeah, we had to tighten up. Well, where's the communication? Why did you wait to tighten up after fucking when it's 21-0, dude? Hopefully it's because we went down AJ and Smitty. The play calling was, but dude, that's just really stupid though. That's what a lot of people said to me. Hopefully it's because we were down AJ and Smitty. The play calling you're telling me you still throw over 30 times and you run with Saquon 10 times, knowing you don't have your two top playmakers. Realistically, you don't have your two top playmakers, and you still fucking throw over 30 times. You still run with fucking Saquon 10 times. So that can't be an excuse. If Saquon ran the ball like 28 times, or he had 26 to 28 touches, and they still lost, then okay, they did whatever they possibly could do. They couldn't do anything. The offensive line maybe didn't play great. I don't know. I could blame it on other things, but there's no excuse for that shit. Don Moore said, I feel you, Joey. We are true Eagles fans. We bleed green, win or lose, but we want all this dumb shit needs to stop, and we need good Eagles football. Yeah. I'm not going to a fucking game. You honestly think I'm going to pay my hardworking money to go to a fucking game and watch that bogus bullshit for 3 hours? No fucking way am I ever putting myself through that shit. Never put myself through that. Brian said, agreed, kick the balls all around. Let's hope that has been preseason. Chris said, they're losing identically to last year, and the offense is identical to last year. Give me change for changes. It's identical, but they got better. They actually have having a 3-down back and like a top 10 pick like Saquon Barkley and what he brings. We already know what he brings. He is a fucking cheat code for short yardage. I mean, he's not a running back that as soon as he gets touched, he falls down. Like he on third, second and short, goal line, red zone. Why do they make things so complicated? Why? Be dominant. Be bullies up front. Why are they so afraid to? Why do they have to have some type of trickery? And they try to do cute shit all the time, every single week. Chris says Chip Kelly's defense was better. Well, it was a more aggressive scheme, yeah. I think anything aggressive is going to be better. You literally put in another coach that does the same shit. You take Bryce Huff out of position. You have edge guys. You bring a fucking passive coach that has edge rushers going in coverage, and none of them can go in coverage. You take Quinyon Mitchell out of... They did some crazy shit this offseason. You took Quinyon Mitchell out of position. Just imagine if Isaiah Rodgers didn't get fucking hurt that first game, if he didn't have that hand injury going to that first game, Quinyon would have never played on the outside this year. He would have played right at nickel this year. He would have been an inside corner this year, the entire fucking year. I am so glad that Quinyon's on the outside. Quinyon Mitchell has been probably one of my favorite players, one of my most like appealing, like, man, we actually have a fucking cornerback now. And it's only week fucking 6. And there's just so much more. He hasn't even fucking hit his surface shit of what he could do. We have a bye week. They come off the bye week. You know, like, I don't know, dude. Honestly, like, blow it the fuck up. Blow it up. I don't. I mean, I don't. I can't stand these fucking coordinators. I can't stand Vic Fangio and this fucking defensive scheme. It's just a wasted fucking time this year. Wasted time. All wasted. Makes no sense, dude. Really fucking doesn't. Shit's half. I don't get who's making the Eagles play this defensive scheme every single year. Fangio was here. Fangio has only been here 1 year. He was a consultant last year. And he wasn't a consultant for the defense last year. He was a consultant for the fucking offense last year to give them, helping the offense on certain defensive looks and helping. Like, it looked like it helped tremendously. So, I don't. Who's the main constant in this fucking? Who's the main constant coach? It's the head coach. Simple as that. What's the obsession? What is this like shilling, simping for this fucking defensive scheme? Like, what is this? Why do we have to run this defense? Why is this defense like you won a fucking Super Bowl off an aggressive defense? Like, I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. Fangio has done nothing his whole fucking career. He hasn't, I don't even think he's won a Super Bowl, right? No. You're acting as if like Fangio has like 4 Super Bowls under his fucking belt as a defensive coordinator. He fucking doesn't. He has coached some great players, and there's a lot of players that like him. Now you start to wonder, like, man, the Miami players never fucking liked him last year. For what reason? Probably because how they were fucking used all year last year. The fucking Dolphins players were bitching about how they were used, and thank God he was gone, and all these comments, and we're like, and he, and Fangio was a hard coach, and now you wonder why those Miami players just disliked his ass so much last year. But the thing is, Fangio wasn't great against the pass last year. Fangio was top 10 against hitting quarterbacks. We're not even fucking close to that. He was top 3 in pressures. Did he blitz at all last week? Like, how many times did they blitz last week? I mean, where the fuck? Like, you're up in the booth, like, seeing all this, and like, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing the whole fucking time? I don't get it, dude. Chris says Schwartz won you a Super Bowl with more aggressive scheme. Live in the Dream says we need a DC like KC. Yeah, well, here's why KC has it good. Okay, it doesn't matter what coach is behind that fucking quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is just a great quarterback. Doesn't need the best. Say, like, he could still be productive with a fucking worse coach. Maybe the team as a whole won't do well. Maybe the play calling won't be great, but he still will play pretty fucking good. Andy Reid calls the plays. Doesn't matter what OC is next to him. They've had Steve Spagnuolo for the past 5 years. They're not switching coaches every year. Why are you switching coaches every year to run the same fucking system? This is what I don't get. I swear to God, like, this is what I've been talking about every fucking week. People wonder why I act like this every week, because it's like it's a fucking headache. Crystal, what's going on, man? So what up, Joey? Is there anyone that you would re-sign based off of the performances so far this year? I can't think of one older guy to bring back. If there was somebody to re-sign after this year, it'd probably be Zach Bond, because I think Zach Bond would be fantastic in a fucking aggressive scheme. I think Zach Bond would be like my number 1 signing, honestly. Maybe Milton Williams. I don't know. Until they figure out this whole thing with fucking Bryce Huff, and I don't know. I don't know. But let me tell you, like, you are beefing up this fucking defensive line next year, because Jordan Davis hasn't impressed me. Jalen Carter has the talent, 100%. Should be a fucking Pro Bowler. Your defensive line does not exist with this fucking cushion coverage. It doesn't exist. How is your defensive line supposed to do anything? On top of your defensive line haven't been playing consistently great the last few weeks since the beginning of the season. When you're playing off the ball, you're playing that much cushion. You don't make the adjustments for the guys to be a little bit tighter. Your defensive line is dismissed. They don't even exist on the field. Just act like they're not there. And then there was plays where fucking Baker Mayfield's holding on to the ball for like 10 fucking seconds. 10 seconds. You know? Don said, Joey, did you see the movie on your shirt? I just saw it last night. I actually just saw it last night. Yes, I did. It was great. Then he says, anytime you see Andy Reid on the tunnel or anywhere, he's carrying 3 notebooks packed with plays like a book bag worth. You ever seen Nick with that? No. Nick has this little index card. No, Kellen Moore has a big playbook, but then Nick has this little index card that's laminated, and he always takes it out, and he's always talking in his microphone. I know for a fact on certain situations, and trust me, how many games, okay? How many games have we seen the tale of two halves? Not even great tale of two halves. I'm saying like the first half, like look like the Tampa Bay game, okay? The Tampa Bay game is a perfect example of that. First half, god awful. First play of the second half, Saquon Barkley fucking gets a 58-yard run, 60-yard run, whatever it was. Like, there's always like, I feel like more of the better plays come in the second half. All the time. Don't tell me like, Nick's telling us that he's in the passenger. Oh, Kellen Moore's the driver and I'm the passenger. Bullshit. And then say that, oh, I take over play calling here and there. Come on now, dude. I've had enough of this shit. Days again had one of the most stupid little note cards to remember. Yeah, but here's the thing. I know for a fact that Nick Sirianni had control of this defense the last few years. Obviously, he's the one that keeps bringing this defense back, even with new coordinators. 3 different coordinators for the defense the last 3 fucking years. It's pathetic. You keep this defense in-house. Is it does Howie like this defense? Like what? Who likes this defense this much that they should keep it in Philadelphia? Jonathan Gannon comes to Philadelphia the next year after being a head coach of the Cardinals, and he goes into the link, and he is the most aggressive coach I have ever seen. So don't tell me that Gannon had a. I don't even know, dude. It's just weird how Gannon comes into Philadelphia, and I watched the Cardinals a lot last year because of that reason. Okay, Gannon was they weren't a great team, but Gannon was very. It seemed like Jonathan Gannon just knew how to run a fucking. I don't know. Was just really aggressive with the fucking defense entirely. It just looks night and day when he's not. If he's not with the Eagles, he just looks everybody just looks different when they're not working for this fucking team. It's crazy. Chris says certain situations being the majority of the game. Yeah. He says Waffle House menu. Oh, we called it the coloring placement. Oh, yeah, I remember that. But Chris says, notice when something works, they never come back to it. No, they always have to. I don't know. This is only week 6, guys. Like, this is fucking week 6, dude. Like, there's so much football left. And this is the amount of problems. Last year, every time they always have to play their basic playbook. Once they actually find things that work, they adjust to it, never go back to it, and then the next game, they play basic yet again. It's like they start from scratch going into the next game. And yes, and I understand, like, yes, like you're facing different defenses. What play, you're looking out for specific players that you want to, I get it. The schemings are different every week, but to me, I don't know. Jacob Sports, what's going on? It says, good show, Shakes. F this defense. Defense is horrible. It's really bad, bro. I don't even blame the players that much. Some players, sure, but not everybody. Keys over the super chat. What's going on, man? Appreciate the super chat so much. Says Barkley is running behind the best O-line in football. Feed him 20, 25 times a game. Free Nick and let Kellen Moore run this team. Yeah. Running Saquon 17, what was it? What was it against the Saints? 17? I forgot what it was. Still not enough. And then go into this game with less talent on your offense, and you still don't even make him the focal point of your fucking offense, which makes no sense. We don't got any dogs on D. We have one of the softest, because when you have a soft scheme, you have soft players. They don't tackle. They're not coached to do that. They're not coached to be aggressive. They're not coached to have that dog mentality. Quinyon Mitchell is probably the only fucking guy on defense that literally just raises up to another bar. And that's just the truth. Carl says, Carl Salvario, what's going on, man? Corey Davis getting double team edges and linebackers not capitalizing on that. Is the scheme or players' fault? It's both, because if you run a 4-man, if you're running 4-man on your defensive line, both your tackles get double teamed. It's a 4-on-2. A 4-on-2. And then your edge guys have the 1-on-1. And they can't do anything. If you run a 5-man front, you'll have, for that Saints game, we were running a 5-man front where it creates 1-on-1s throughout the whole entire board. They moved Milt Williams to the outside, Graham on the inside, Bryce Huff got fucking benched, and they moved Zach Baugh on the line. 5-man front. 1-on-1s all across the board. And then you have, the only linebacker you have back there is Nakobe Dean, and we know what his coverage looks like. You can't run 5-man fronts all the time, because if you're facing teams like the Tampa Bay Bucks that have a Chris Godwin and a Mike Evans and more weapons at wide receiver, it's tough to run the 5-man front. That middle of the field is fucking wide open. It's wide open. And the last linebacker I trust back there by himself right now is fucking Nakobe Dean. That's the last linebacker I trust back there. So you can't run 5-man fronts all the time, even though they do work. But because you don't have a productive edge rusher, you traded your best one and he's gone. You signed another one that you're not even using him right, not even playing right, but he's not even at a technique standpoint. He's not even used off of technique the right way, which makes me like, you watch tape on the Jets of what he does well, but then put him into a game, not in a 4-point stance to get a better get off, but in a 2-point stance. So what the fuck is behind all of that? What is behind all of that? Don't know. But short break. Video sponsored by BetUS. And this is a word from our sponsors at BetUS. This video is sponsored by BetUS. It has been a rough road for the Philadelphia Eagles this season for all Eagle fans. Will the Eagles rise to the occasion or continue to play down to the competition? If I'm going all in, give me it my all for a Super Bowl. I'm going to bet $500 and get $7,000 back at the end of the year, and we still stay true to the team that we believe in. But will the problems continue? We will find out. Make sure to check out BetUS. Get a 150% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 with promotion code YouTube150. I want to thank BetUS for sponsoring this live stream or video, and let's get back to the content. Alan Gross says, stop with the Reddick hard on. Yeah, it's not a hard on, dude. It's just a bad decision that was made. Obviously, if you trade a player away that was really that good, that was not only your sack leader, but was your, I don't even care about the sacks, but man, as a closer, as a guy that you could depend on, the Eagles don't have that type of guy on the edge right now that you could depend on to, it's 4th down, there's fucking 50 seconds left. This is for the game to be won. And how many times did Hassan Reddick really pan out for us, man? Wow. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy because once you actually start playing bad, like you start to see like everything, these little tiny bad decisions that are becoming big, really big bad decisions now that have happened. Trust me, I wasn't a fan of Reddick getting traded at all, but I said, you know what? They want somebody younger. And I've seen tape on Bryce Huff. Like, he looked great last year. Heavy rotation with the Jets. Heavy rotation at 43% of the snaps. So he's getting double that or more this season. We don't know that, Alan. That's the thing. Like, you think you know everything, and I don't know everything. We don't fucking know if it was $25+ million. We have no idea. There has been literal fucking nothing official on what he wanted. Nothing. Bullshit. It might be right. Who knows? You could be right, but we don't know. So that's where I'm at. Matt says, so you think Sidney plays something? No. He's on the 21 practice day window. He's not. It doesn't mean he's on the active roster. He's not on the roster right now. Alan says the issue is 8% of our defensive personnel doesn't fit Fangio's scheme. No, I fucking 100% agree. That's why you're taking players out of position because of a fucking scheme. You're not working with the strength of what your players can do the best. And that is one of the biggest, huge fucking issues that this defense has. The biggest mistake they ever did. And then now it's like, oh, Fangio's just, oh, well, he doesn't fit my scheme. I don't care if he's a great player, but doesn't fit my scheme. I mean, I don't get it. You might as well trade Brandon Graham. You might as well trade fucking Josh Sweat. I'm just saying it in general. I'm not saying to do it, but you might as well just get rid of them because they don't fit what we do. You think Brandon Graham's going to be in coverage? You think, I mean, like, what do you think these edge guys could do? Josh Sweat, I remember last year Josh Sweat complained about being in fucking coverage, that he hated it. And yet you want to put them in that position. Styles says, just watch Sirianni with his press talk. I watched like a minute of it, and I'm just like, with it. Hold on. Just watch Sirianni with his press talk. I think he got into what he does. I think he told players all this time, I got this. Let me talk their fucking ears off and laugh about how I go on and on. Lawsuit coming to the super chat says, you strike me as a Mets fan. Well, I don't know what the fuck that even means. I didn't watch really this year. I watched like one fucking game, so I have no idea what that even means. I have no idea what that means. What fucking, who are these people that say this shit like this? What is this? What the fuck does that, I don't even know what that means. Somebody elaborate. What does that even mean? I'll tell you one thing. I am not afraid to give my fucking opinion and get backlash for it. That's the one thing I'm not afraid of doing. There's so many people that are afraid. There are people that maybe like talk about in general what the Eagles are doing, but they won't give their opinion on it because they're afraid to get the backlash that they're fucking getting. Half of people are. Mistakes. If the Eagles lose, we should all boycott until they fire Sirianni. I've been on that train already. Alan says edge rushers aren't crashing in; they are on islands trying to worry about contain over crashing inside, so they can't get the jump on the O line like they need to. I agree. I'm on the same page, Alan. I'm on the same page, bro. The reason why I talk about Hassan Reddick so much is because that was a big fucking move. It literally turned your edge rushing position into literally nothing. Literally nothing. This is the first year in so many years that this defensive line has been lackluster. We have never had like a bad offensive line for a lot of years. This is the first year that I was hoping that it wasn't going to be like this. And it happened, unfortunately. It means that you like the Mets baseball team? No, I don't. My father brought me to a few Yankee games when I was like really young, like when I was fucking like maybe 8, maybe 10 years old. That's the most I've been involved in baseball my life. Is Nick humble enough? Ian says, is Nick humble enough? No. Yeah. So the unscripted episode that we got this week is he's saying, oh, that, that I forgot what he said, quote unquote, about the play. Everyone has to be humble to what you bring to the table or some shit like that. The last thing that guy should be talking about is being fucking humble. That guy is not humble enough to let go of something that he knows he's not good at. And that's really the biggest issue. It goes from Nick, what he wants with the offense and the defense the last few years, and the fucking front office, shame on them for letting this happen. Shame on them. You're contradicting like where you want your team to go when you try to make good moves for this team, try to prepare this roster for the season, getting as much talent as possible through the draft, through free agency, and then you fucking allow this, and then you sit back and allow, like, what are these conversations with the ownership and the fucking GM every week? Like, what, you know what I mean? I don't get it. Nate says, remember when we had so many edge rushers that it was absurd that Barnett was still on this team? Yeah, dude, like, we're slim to none now. Jack says, what edge rushers? Scott says, opinion, Nakobe Dean did not beat Devin White out of... No, that was bullshit. That was bullshit. Yeah, it's like... look, maybe, and Nick, and I, dude, I'm telling you, this might be Nick getting Devin White released was probably all Nick's idea. It wouldn't shock me. Nick's like, we really like what we have in our youth. Okay, that's fine. But man, what a fucking big waste of time Devin White was being here. I don't know. I cover fucking training camp every day, and I think there was like maybe 2 fucking days Devin White didn't even start at middle linebacker. Didn't even start at the Mike linebacker spot. The one was the open practice, and remember that was the open practice at the link, and that was the day that Dean like got fucking. That guy couldn't make an angle tackle. That guy got his ankles broken fucking 3 times by Kenneth Gainwell at an open practice. I don't know when the other times were, but I covered this shit. I covered training camp every day. And he's got the balls to say, oh, from start to finish, Nakobe Dean beat Devin White out of his job. Yeah, okay. Sure. So now, the only positive thing about Devin White being gone is that Jeremiah Trotter Jr. will get a bigger opportunity now in case someone gets injured. But you're like an injury. You lose Zach Bond, you're fucked. Because Trotter Jr., I can't put too much pressure. You can't put pressure on him. He's a late round pick. What type of pressure am I supposed to? Does he deserve an opportunity? Sure. So, Matt said, the stuff that's happening right now is the exact reason I wanted Nick gone in the offseason. I agree. Really, since last season, even this offseason the offseason we just had, I didn't want to listen to a press conference from him. I didn't really care what he had to say until I started seeing results of like that he's really taking a step back. And it seems like that's not the case. At all. Come Sunday, if we lose this game, it's gonna be even fucking worse. Wait till Sunday. Wait till I don't even fucking know how I'm gonna handle it. I honestly don't. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. Alan says defensive personnel would fit more Ron Rivera or Ejiro Rivera. Look, I don't like it, period. That's all that matters. I do not like it at all. Nate says, who are the yes men pumping Nick up? I really believe he thinks he's good. I don't know, dude, but for some reason, dude, you might be right. I mean, maybe they just, like, if it's really not changing that much every week, then like what are these meetings about just the team in general every week? You know that Howie, Jeffrey Lurie, and Nick have meetings every week. Like, what are these what is being talked about? Are they like blaming execution from the players more than like anything, or like they just take any little thing they could take as an excuse, whether it's, oh, I don't have AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. What was I supposed to do? Yeah, I mean, come on now. Mark, I'm still mad about Bradbury holding his man the Super Bowl. I'm not right. Styles says I got Goddard, Barkley, Spinney, and AJ all getting touchdowns. I hope so. Lawsuit says the season is starting to feel when Doug was getting fired. Does. I mean, you still made the playoffs that year. Carson Wentz put the team on his back. The Eagles had no fucking wide receivers. 2000. What was that? Oh no, never mind. That was 9. Sorry, wrong year. 2020. I keep forgetting it was 2020, not 19. Bobby said the Fangio defense can go to. So tired of watching this bullshit defensive scheme. It fucking sucks, dude. I'm 100% done with Dean. He's a bum in my eyes. Sorry, not sorry. Jesse Minter, who is he? The DC from Michigan? Yeah, the Eagles brought him in. Like, didn't the Eagles bring him in like last year? Didn't they bring him in last year? They had Georgia's DC. Jesse Minter came in. I think they had interviews with those guys like a year ago. Greg said, I probably can't hit or sack the quarterback, but I could hit the sacks with my. Oh, man, I ran into that one. Joe said, Trotter has been on the sidelines his whole life for the Eagles. Let's go. He's going to spark us. I hope he does, bro. I hope just genetically he just has it and just fucking takes off. He's going to get playing time. I mean, he might get playing time now. Dean missed 8 tackles, I believe, in the Bucs game. It looked like it. Mario says, there's nothing wrong with Fangio's defense. Players just got to make tackles. That's not the only reason. It's not. The tackling is because of really bad coaching, and how they teach these guys to tackle is one of the most fucking disgusting things I've ever seen. They're literally. Seth Joyner put up a fucking tweet like 2 weeks ago, of like a recorded practice of them trying to tackle a fucking donut pillow. A donut pillow. And the fucking guys are like barely even trying to make tackles on it. Lawsuit with the Super Chat, thank you so much. He says, can we say that Wentz was better than Hurts officially? It made me sick how he got treated with no help and Hurts gets excuses. Well, I think Wentz played better with not as much talent. I don't, this is night and day, I think. I think they built around Jalen Hurts way better than they built around Carson Wentz. Yeah, 100%. I think the talent was there with Carson Wentz. I think the mentality wasn't there. I think you're getting the total opposite. I think you're getting Hurts with a better mentality, but not as a more efficient quarterback. And with Wentz, he had all the talent, but unfortunately, I think the coaches fucked him too. I think the coaches really fucked him over. I think this last year when he was in Philadelphia, they want to put him in a read option system, more of a pocket quarterback system, and throw from the pocket a lot more and not extend plays. And that's what you can't take away. You can't take away the best thing that a quarterback can bring to the team. And I think that's what they did with him. The rumors were they made him gain a lot of weight. They wanted to make him put him in a Nick Foles type system, and it just didn't work. I mean, really nothing good happened after Nick Foles left. He became the new quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nick broke his collarbone the first game, out the whole season. It didn't work for anybody. You would probably fucking say that probably after that 17 season. I guarantee you, if the Eagles actually kept Nick Foles and trust me, 2018 they should have won the Super Bowl because the Patriots. That was 2018. That Super Bowl was one of the worst fucking Super Bowls I ever watched. One of the most boring Super Bowls I ever watched. The Rams looked like shit in the playoffs. They had a great regular season. They literally played cautious going to the playoffs. They looked horrible. I think the Eagles could have won the Super Bowl in 18. I mean, they were pretty much one catch away if Alshon Jeffrey that ball went right through his fucking heads. in that game against the Saints, I think they would have been back. I think they would have beat the Patriots easily. But Tom Brady didn't do shit in that Super Bowl. That defense barely did anything. I think it could have been another rematch. Totally. But what's done is done. They got rid of the they got rid of the tackling, dude. They're actually tackling real people behind bags now. It's the fucking the assistant, one of the assistant coaches are like, they're holding the bag like this, and the player is like literally tackling them on the ground to like one of those soft fucking things on the ground. It's just, I don't know, bro. So Philly team, we should have kept Nick Foles, got rid of Carson Wentz. Yeah, I think they would have had a shit ton of picks. I think if they traded Carson after 17, I think they would have gotten a fucking, they could have fleeced the team easy. I think they could have. Whether it was after 17 or 18. But he was still dealing with that LCL ACL injury after that shit lingered for another year. He wasn't even ready to come back. So, had Alshon Jeffrey caught the ball in New Orleans, we go back to the Super Bowl and win back to back. I believe it. I 100% believe it. 100%. Alan Gross said Wentz had never given what Hurts has been given. Give Wentz what Hurts has. He's easily top 5. I'm saying I think you have, like I said, I think you have opposites between mentality and efficient quarterback play. Then he said, "Okay, is the coach moving when that happens? Is this the craziest thing I've ever heard? I haven't seen it. What? What do you mean? Is the coach moving when that happens? I don't get what that means. I have lawsuit says your content is great. Keep up the good work. Sorry about calling you a Mets fan. I don't fucking care. I barely watch baseball as it is. I don't have time. Like I think I watched like one playoff game. I watched like one playoff game. Like I think I watched like a half of a playoff game. Scott says buy robotic tackling dummies. Easy as his says Goblin Gooniani. Goblin Gooniani. Gotta keep his filthy mitts off this offense. Nate says maybe, but don't forget the hero ball of Wentz. He wasn't what you remembered him as. Oh no, I remember like just he lost it. I think honestly after that Super Bowl he was mentally fractured, and after that concussion, I think he was. I think that concussion fucked him up too from Jadeveon Clowney. There was a lot of shit after that year. There was an actual like person like there was a person that went on 94 WIP that says if you get a really bad concussion, it could affect your metrics of what you do on the field and how you throw the ball, and your timing isn't right because really like realistic shit. But I don't want to talk about Carson Wentz. I don't care about that shit. It doesn't. I'm talking about right now. I don't care about none of that shit. Does not matter. Nate said the tackling back holding coach, is he moving like a player when trying to tackle him? No, he's not. No, he's not even moving. No. I wish I could show you the video. Oh my god. I wish I could show you the video. Let me see if I could fucking find it. You'll probably fucking laugh. You'll probably laugh your ass off. God, this shit. I watched it and I was like, oh my god. This is like, God, where is it? I gotta see this fucking video. All right, so oh man. I'm gonna show it right now. This shit is just like laughable. Oops. No. Fucking computer's so stupid. Oops. It's just like he's just I don't know if he's barely moving. No, he's really not. I mean Oh my god. I don't even know, bro, what to say. I don't even know. like like not even like putting hands on. I mean, it's just I don't know. Like is it really like I understand you don't want to get guys hurt, but is it really that bad? Is it really that bad to like not I don't know, just to try to like let the players kind of not tackle each other hard, but just get hands on and do something? I don't even fucking know, dude. Yeah, yeah, he literally sits there and takes it. Like I don't even know how to explain this, dude. I don't even know how to explain that. I honestly don't. Well, they're they're coming up with other ideas. They're coming up with other ideas, I guess. I hope the guy's getting hazard pay. Yeah, what if the guy gets hurt? Like realistically. Brian said that's how soft the birds are. The video right there is a joke. Looks like what my players did in practice when I coached 9-year-old kids. Oh god, I don't know, bro. Kryptonite says we need the scrub team of dudes just to practice tackling on real people. And says don't let Jordan Davis get the tackling. Don't. Just that's JV football. I wouldn't know that I went right to starting varsity. It's fucking horrible, man. Ryan says no wonder they can't tackle. This is how they're coached, man. It's not even physical. It's like so they hit a dude like there's a guy lined up next to him. It's as if you're trying to tackle the quarterback. I don't even know what that is. I don't. There's a guy there's a guy that's literally like I guess he's playing as an offensive lineman or I don't know. I have no idea. Getting off a block, it's like they hit the guy that's in front. They hit the bag for like 0.2 seconds and make this easy. You're tackling a person that's I don't know. I can't even explain it. I don't even want to explain it. Okay, now pretend I'm Nick Chubb. Well, no, Nick Chubb's not even playing. I already talked about the injuries earlier. I wish the Eagles had Fred Warner, my favorite linebacker since Urlacher. Woogie says trade CJ GJ for a tackling dummy. Yeah, CJ's not having a good fucking year. He's another one that's having a really bad year. Coverage, he's horrible. He's got beat on a couple touchdowns this year already. Tackling in open space has been horrible. A lot of them have, like, there's some guys just haven't played bad. I'm telling you. Like talk is talk every fucking week. There's like the talk is talk every week. But man, like when you get on that field, like you really got to show it, man. You really got to show it because this shit looks beyond fucking bad. Nate says we should be set the next time whoever has the ball just stands there. Brilliant. Yeah, it's not great. It's gonna be a long few years. If honestly, if Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman are literally allowing all this to happen, and they're allowing this defensive scheme to still be in house the last few years, they're laying Nick back into the cookie jar once again, putting his hands on the fucking play calling. I mean, realistically, this team is gonna be bad for a long time. And it's a real fucking shame because now you're locked into so many fucking contracts now. Because really, like, at the end of the day, dude, like, enough's enough. Like, if Hurts has a shit year this year and then he has a shit year next year, whoever our coaches are, the quarterback position is gonna. I'm giving Jalen Hurts like this year or next year, and that's really it. And I don't even care if they can't get the coaching staff right. There's no point keeping Hurts in the building. And if they hire, and here's the other issue: because they paid Jalen Hurts, they're going to hire a guy that's not like they're not going to hire a head coach that wants to change quarterbacks. There's going to be a head coach that doesn't want Jalen Hurts as the quarterback. There's going to be a head coach that walks in here and says it's not going to happen. I don't want I no one is going to have interest in coaching Jalen Hurts or having him as a quarterback. They would rather go into the draft and get. Honestly, I'd rather take somebody that has less of take a guy that's a little less mobile and just better at being a better pocket fucking passer. You know, like shit. If he's bad this year, bad next year, like I guess I'm going after fucking Archie Manning, bro. Like then you're gonna have to. It's just a waste. You know, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, a few years down the road, like, and you're still building this fucking team. Like, you're still having hope. Like, there's going to be once you do not start making the playoffs, that's when the coaching staff is going to get a lot of blame, and they're going to have to blame themselves. They're going to have to blame themselves when it comes to ownership and when it comes to being a GM. You're going to have to blame yourselves for this because you're allowing this bullshit to happen. So if the Eagles don't make the playoffs this year, next year, they're not even close to the playoffs. They can't even. It's no one to blame but themselves. They dug their fucking hole and they're gonna bury themselves in it, and that's it. Howie's drafts have been awful. I don't know it, and it really depends. Honestly, it really depends on you're drafting guys that don't fit a fucking scheme. That's a whole nother thing. You've had some bad draft picks. You've had some more good than bad. But then at the same time, like I don't really see a second, third, fourth, fifth round pick on the field. How many teams do you watch in the NFL every Sunday where there's third, fourth, fifth round picks making plays, offense, defense? Like there's guys that come in a system and play really well. Like a lot of these fucking mid rounders that we have, like they don't even touch the field barely. You know what I mean? So you've already locked contracts up. You have, I mean, this is the moment where it's like, man, like look at the offensive line that you have. Look at the tight end and look what Dallas Goedert, if he's utilized, look at the games that he could have. And then having these 1A, 1B receivers in Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Like, when are you ever gonna have it that good? And you're completely fucking putting money down the fucking drain every year. It's a waste of fucking time, bro. Just a wait. This is a big waste of fucking time. Styles says just trade Huff and Bradbury for cap relief. Organized just to release Reddick for us to give Reddick that 25 mil. I don't know. I don't know what you could do with that contract. That I have no answer for. Now you're locked into that shit now. I think Jalen is a good passer. I just think he isn't trying hard anymore because his coach isn't coaching well. That's my two. No, I believe that. I feel like, well, this is going to be like last year all over again. The rumor was someone close to Jalen Hurts knew the situation, saying that Jalen Hurts had a disconnect with Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni last year. There was rumors that Jalen Hurts tried to change the offense multiple times last year. And because of the way it was going, Nick would just listen to Hurts's feedback, put it right under the rug, sweep it under the rug, and never talk about it ever again. So those are the rumors I heard from last year. That Hurts is trying to change it. But if Nick and Hurts can't like find the identity for this offense, they can't work together. This fucking coach has got to be gone. It's got to be gone. There's no. I'm not wasting my fucking time with it anymore. As a fan, like I don't even want to fucking watch this shit every week. I don't even want to waste my fucking time. You know? Face it, honestly, Baker Mayfield with this would be good. I like Hurts, but what does it say about them when he doesn't have Smitty and AJ on the field? Well, dude, it's not even. You can't. Don't be that fan that says any other quarterback that. No other quarterback is going to play in this system and play well. The coaching staff, I don't care who you have. I don't care who you have in this offense. Okay? You've seen Sam Darnold play in horrible fucking offenses with barely any weapons and other things like that can't even produce. Don't say put any other quarterback in here. Oh, put Baker Mayfield in this offense. Look what he could do. No, that's not. You're setting up every quarterback to fail being in this fucking system. Will you get a little bit more production? Maybe will it be a little bit? Maybe you'll get more. A better pass. In the pocket type passing quarterback. Sure, maybe there'll be a little bit of an upgrade, but I don't think a team will go to. I don't think this team with the coaching staff and a different quarterback. The same bullshit going on. I don't think you're going to make it to the playoffs. Still, doesn't matter with a different quarterback. That's where I'm at. Dude, Justois has got to get rid of Nick. What's going on, Hector? Why is my chat like lagging like crazy? All right, we're good now. Nathan says, with what all the 7th round picks that he hoards that never even make it to the practice squad. No, and that's another thing. He likes collecting the 6th round picks, 7th round picks. He uses those to like maneuver in the mid rounds, and it fucking goes nowhere. It goes absolutely nowhere. Most of the time it goes nowhere. Oops, what am I doing here? Huh, that's weird. Let me redo this chat again because something just fucking happened. Give me a second. Let me just put this chat back. My chat thing totally. It's up. It's up. Wait, no, that's not working. Let's hold on. Okay. Round says, "What's good, Joey? I know hindsight is 2020, but if you could turn back the wheel of time after a Super Bowl loss in 22, would you have fired Nick and make Shane the head coach to give Jalen consistency for his career? Knowing what I know now, going back to that moment, yes. You don't fire a head coach after going to a Super Bowl. But let me tell you, if you fire a fucking head coach in Doug Peterson 3 years after a Super Bowl, then what's the difference of this? What's the difference? You just don't do that. That's the whole thing with that situation. You just don't do that at all. How many passes did Goddard get this year too? I don't know. Overall, I don't know. I know he had 7 last game, but overall, I don't know. I have no idea. Because if somebody on Facebook said they want to see Carson Wentz in this offense, Eagles fans to trade Pickett to the Panthers for Bryce Young. Thought says Sirianni got gray hairs pretty quickly. Oh, with this team, you're going to get him. But, he's only doing that to himself. He's only doing that to himself, guys. I don't feel bad for that fucking guy. I don't feel bad for that guy 1 fucking second. 1 second, don't care. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with the situation. We're gonna have the shakedown tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of stuff going on. We'll have the shakedown tomorrow, so we'll be busy with things, and we'll see what happens. But if you guys haven't checked out, if you haven't checked out the Discord, definitely check out the Discord. We do video chats with the subscribers, supporters every single week. So definitely check out the Discord if you guys haven't. Link is in the live chat. If you haven't checked out, obviously, my TikTok as well. I just started TikTok probably a few days ago. I put clips of stuff. I do other videos I don't normally put on X. I'm sorry, don't put on YouTube. So definitely check out, obviously, TikTok as well. Follow me out there if you guys have it. And we'll be we'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow and what's going on with this team going forward, but we have to go, we have to live by this shit day by day and see what happens. It's unfortunate. It sucks. I can't stand it. And if they lose Sunday, I'm going to flip the fuck out. It's going to happen regardless. Is it worth it? Probably not. But you know what? This is why I try to get my point across every single week. But that's really it. I think that's going to be it for the stream tonight. We've been going for almost 2 hours. So, but since we're coming close, we'll be ready to go for tomorrow. And then we'll be streaming Sunday, the game on Sunday at 1. We'll have the shakedown, and we'll have videos and all that great stuff later on for Sunday. So I'm hopefully on a good note. If they win Sunday, regardless if it's by 30, if it's by 10, if it's by 5, it's by 3, it's by 1, I don't care. This team is not out of the woods yet. Against one of the worst teams in football you're facing Sunday with a shit ton of fucking injuries, with 2 of their running backs are out, a safety, corner. I mean, they're hurting right now. But if the Eagles can't even fucking beat a fucking bad team at 1-4, a bad team at 1-4, and with injuries, and having 3 players come back to your offense, we'll see what happens. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be back tomorrow with the shakedown. We'll have a video out tomorrow as well. I think we should have a video out tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream. Thank you so much for all the support as usual. I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted at all. You guys are the MVPs, and we'll be back tomorrow. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to definitely sign up for BetUS. The stream is sponsored by BetUS. Get 150% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Promotional code YouTube150. And I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. You guys enjoy. Peace out.